Hello everyone. Thanks so much. Thank you so much for joining me in this live section. To be honest, you guys know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went to court today, May 14th, 2025. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in court. So this is just a short clip of him arriving court. Guys, take a look at this.
Come this way.
Daddy, on this chocolate biscuit. Daddy, on chocolate biscuit.
Okay, come. Is it finished?
So everyone, this is just a short clip of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu arriving court today, May 14th, 2025. You guys know that ever since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been going to court, and I told you guys that I'll be updating you guys in every court section that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to be going into. So let's take a look at what really happened in the first process of court today. It says that the 14th May 2025, the prosecution requested permission to ask one more question to their witness, which was granted. Witness BBB stated and tendered a medical report indicating the cause of death of Ahmed Golak. Then, reading on to the next one, it says the transcription of cross-examination proceedings, witness BBB, Agabi, but you must understand that solitary confinement is punishment. If that's what you mean, it's a punishment. Did you kept him in a solitary confinement because he's a danger to himself or the society? Then the witness said, I'm not aware he was in solitary confinement. Then Agabi said, you subjected Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to the solitary confinement. And the witness said, I'm not aware or how long the defendant has been in detention. Then Agabi said, do you know the minimum days to keep someone in solitary confinement? And the witness said, from United Nations law, you can't keep someone for more than 15 days. So reading on, guys, it says that, they asked Agabi said, the long detention of this gentleman has caused him unhappiness. And the witness said, I am not aware. Agabi said, are you aware this gentleman has been in detention for 4 years after the interview? The defendant has become very unhappy and frustrated. Then the witness said, I am not aware. Then Agabi said, this prolonged detention is not through a court order. The witness said, I don't know, my lord. Agabi said defendant was arrested in 2015 and the witness said, I am not aware, my lord. I was not part of the investigation, my lord. So reading on to the next script, it says that then Agabi said, you obtained a video statement from the defendant and the witness said, yes, my lord. Agabi said, in this statement, only the defendant and his lawyers were visible and the witness BBB said yes. Then Agabi said the video was not complete. Are we able to see those who conducted the interview where you're wearing masks? And the witness said, I cannot remember, my lord. Then Agabi said, for how long was the defendant in the detention before you made the video? The witness said, I don't know. I'm not aware of his long detention, my lord. Defendant has been kept alone in cell all by himself. So reading on to the next script, it says that then they asked him, do you know, Agabi said, do you know some of the charges were dropped? And the witness said, I do not know. I don't know about the previous charge, my lord. Agabi said, following the amendment, several charges have been dropped. And the witness said, I don't know, my lord. Then Agabi said, all the charges, only 3 was attributed to the defendant. And the witness said, I don't know. Then Agabi said, do you know the charges were amended 6 days after his arrest and kidnapping? The witness said, I am not aware, my lord. So reading on to the next one, it says, do you know, this was when Agabi was asking. Agabi told him, do you know some of the charges were dropped? And the witness said he didn't even know that. He didn't know about the previous charges and he didn't know if the charges were dropped. Then Agabi asked him that following the amendment, several charges have been dropped. And he said, the witness said, I don't know, my lord. And Agabi asked him, all the charges, only 3 was attributed to the defendant. And the witness said, I don't know. Then Agabi asked him, do you know the charges were amended 6 days after his arrest and kidnapping? Only for the witness to say that he's not aware, my lord. This is what is going on in court today concerning NNAMDI Kanu's trial. You know, a lot of people have been saying that I've been revealing a lot of things about NNAMDI Kanu. Even when there was this old man, a 99-year-old man, that came out and was saying that he said a lot of revealing secrets about what is going on in Nigeria. To be honest, this man really said the fact and the truth. He spilled the truth about the things that's going on in Nigeria. You know, NNAMDI Kanu has been saying this thing for a very long time, but people refuse to listen to him because they feel he's an Igbo man. I want you guys to just take just a short clip of what this 99-year-old man said about NNAMDI Kanu, the shocking revelation he made. I want you guys to watch this video. You guys are going to love what he really said in this video. Guys, I'll be right back. So my people, I would love you guys to watch this video. It's actually powerful and it's a shocking revelation that is coming from a 99-year-old man who said a lot of things we did not even know about Nigeria. Though NNAMDI Kanu has been saying it, but a lot of people have refused to listen to him. But thank God that many people are now coming out to say it. Many people are now coming out to talk about what NNAMDI Kanu has been talking for years that people refuse to listen to. Like, you see, this country we are in big trouble. I want you guys to just listen to what this man has to say. I'll be right back.
I saw a clip yesterday, about 2 days ago, where a man was complaining. He was going to pick someone in a particular village. And they said, don't go there, nobody is there. He said, what do you mean? He said, there is no occupant in the village. He said, you must go. He went to the village, and the village was completely deserted. Bare. See houses? See, oh Lord, it was a bad sight. You couldn't see one mortal walk around. And this, they have gone to local government headquarters, and they are refugees in their own fatherland because of killer devils, a generation of killers. I was talking about it, and an elderly citizen of this country, he said, I heard you talk passionately about the situation in the land. He said, I need you to know some of the real problems so that we can know how to tackle it. I met him 25 years ago in the year of 2000 when I was invited to preach at Full Gospel Businessmen Fellowship Regional Program in Sokoto. 25 years ago, he was 74 years. 25 years ago. 25 plus 74, that is 99 He has not reduced in strength from the time I saw him till today. That's a modern day. Sir, I'd like you to come, sir. You're welcome, sir. Happy to see you, sir. You can, just in a word, let us know what you think as a church and as a body of Christians we should think about in this kind of plague of insecurity and all the terrible things we are experiencing in the country. You just told us a story in the first service, how you rode on scooter from Ibadan to Ilori by 2 a.m. 12:30 a.m.
Arrived in Ilori for
4:30 a.m. on the scooter with nothing to be afraid of under heaven.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Please, I would like some of our elderly people to sit down. Just in case of, yeah, go ahead, sir.
Is there anybody older than him here?
Somebody said if he can stand, I'm not sitting down.
Older than him here?
One thing I want us to know is that the British gave us to the Fulani, and the Fulani want to take your land the way they took Hausa land. Any further voting in this land is endorsement of the title deed of the Fulani. Any further, what we need now, sir, is to sit down and renegotiate. Because you don't trust me, I don't trust you. Let's face it. We need to sit down like Awolowo, Sardauna, Azikwe sat down that time to say they want a federation. We haven't had any federation since January 15, 1966. It has been unitary government. We need, if we are going to stay together, and I think it's best to stay together, we need to sit down and renegotiate. We don't need further election. Any further election is deceit.
NNAMDI KANU has not done anything that other people from other zones have not done. We know about Sunday Igboho, of the Yoruba nation agitator. We know of the Boko Haram people that say they want a different country where Western education is an abomination. These people have been released. Not just that they have been released. In the case of Boko Haram, they've been re-assimilated to the society, given plum jobs, even in our military. They've been given money and been resuscitated, reconciled, and rehabilitated. Why is NNAMDI Kanu's case different? There is an ethnic and some unnecessary bias that is keeping that man in jail. The government should be wise enough to release this man. You can use the Julian Assange option. If you don't want to say you are losing face, you can release him conditionally, you can release him unconditionally. As a lawyer, I've watched the legal issues very clearly, and I saw that even in the courts, from the High Court to the Supreme Court, there are discordant tones amongst them. Even in the issue of bail, some of the tier of the courts have granted him bail. Even in the issue of the charges, some tier of the court had quashed all the charges. So you can see that the government has a lot of places it can stand to release the young man and bring peace to the southeast. He is now more like a political prisoner. I tell you something, the longer NNAMDI Kanu is in prison, the taller he becomes, and the shorter the government becomes. They should take the intelligent way out of this and release him like they did to other people. Rehabilitate him and reconcile him as they are reconciling Southeast completely.
If there isn't, I should say, if there aren't validities to the demands of NNAMDI Kanu or his grievances, there will be no currency to his words. But he speaks clearly, speaking the mind and the grievances and the pains of the people. To ignore what he is saying will be stupid. He is the one who has embraced the use of the language that the Nigerian state understands. But he is not the only person who is aggrieved in Ala Igbo. Kill NNAMDI Kanu today, there are 1,000 waiting to take his place. Because the reality is that he is not speaking to his personal pain. He is speaking to the pains of a people. When you
So, my everyone, you guys have watched this video clip. You guys heard what these people said in this video, both Kenneth Okonkwo. Now, one thing that Nigerians don't understand is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not only fighting for himself, because I'm telling the honest truth, all the whole broadcast that man has been doing, I can tell you that man does not make any penny from his broadcast. Anything he's doing is just about the freedom of Ndi. He's just agitating for their freedom. He's not even doing it for himself at all. This man is someone who doesn't even care about himself, but he cares about other people. This is showing a man like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When I tell people that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the savior even of Ndi, they don't still believe it today. And let me tell you that a lot of people who, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu even say he wants to stop agitating for Biafra, a lot of people that want to take over, because they know that once they know that what the man is doing is right. They know that if they actually, there are a lot of people that even want to become like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because they know they are fighting for the freedom of Igbo people. There are a lot of people that want to take his position at any time, because they know that this man is fighting for the freedom of Igbos, and they know that one day, the Igbo people will finally get what they want. The Igbo people will finally get their Biafra nation, because they believe so much in that. Like the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been going for so many trials, right from especially this particular month. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been going to court, and you can see what is going on in court. They have been asking him a lot of questions, that even the extent that the federal government has been bringing witnesses against him in order to see how they're going to bring this man down. They said a lot of things about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Even when they tagged him, they had to tag what happened in NSAS protest. They had to link it to him, saying that he was among what happened in NSAS protest, that because of the broadcast he made during that NSAS protest, that was what caused all the whole buy-ins that happened in NSAS protest. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made it clear to them that the reason why I did that broadcast in NSAS protest, because I saw your military, I saw your men buying a lot of protesters in Lagos. You guys need to see what happened in NSAS protest. And the worst part of it is that one thing with Ndi Igbos is that they like to respect what they call 30th day of May. Ndi Igbos like to respect that 30th day of May, because during that 30th day of May, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a day that he set aside for the people we lost during the Biafran War, the heroes and the heroines we lost during the Biafran War. It was not an easy thing, because many people died during that time. Now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has actually set this day aside, but still some people, the police people, are opposing that statement that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, saying that why would they be sit at home on May 30th? Why would they be sit at home? Which Ndi Igbos have come out to tell the police people that they're observing that May sit at home because of they want to remember people they lost during 30th May. That is what the Ndi Igbos told them, that the police should allow them do what they want to do. That is the day that the Igbos need to celebrate. Like they need to remember the people they lost during 30th May. Now, the whole argument, what really caused the argument is that the police were saying that some students were writing WAEC during that 30th of May, which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have already said that he has written to the WAEC people that they should suspend or reschedule the exam during that 30th of May. I don't like the police people involving in this kind of matter, because this is a day that you don't know what the Igbo people have actually gone through. I don't like the police involving themselves in this kind of 30th May, this thing. You don't know what these Igbo people have gone through. So you should allow them at least to use that one particular day to remember people they have actually lost. It's just like when they were doing protests of during that NSAS, right? If you guys saw what happened, they still used to remember people we lost the NSAS protest. You know that these people went to do the remembrance of NSAS protest, and the police people were shooting at them. People who went to do remembrance, like they were shooting at them. Like, is it that the police people don't just to respect the fact that, okay, today is remembrance day, let us just give these people one day, let them used to remember people who they have lost. And it's better the police should avoid any problem with Ndi Igbos, especially on this May 30th, so that they will not spy for something they don't really know about. They need to give the Igbo people respect. That's okay, this is 30th May. Give them the respect that they lost people there. You guys know how the Biafra war is. It was really bloody. It was we lost a lot of people. The army spied a lot of Biafran soldiers, because during those days they did the war, the Biafran soldiers were not really equipped, just like the army people. They were not really equipped that much. Then they were using local guns to fight, and they spied lots of them. So for the fact that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is agitating for the freedom of the Igbos, that's That just that alone should give you the that alone should allow these police people to tell these police people that are supposed to give respect to the Indigbos on 30th May because of to remember their fallen heroes. And I bet you that once Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is out from this detention and the whole process, I bet you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to stop insecurity in Nigeria. And that is what he always keeps saying, that I'm going to stop insecurity in Nigeria once I'm out of here. People think that the man is joking. One thing that Nigerians don't know is that they feel that this man doesn't know anything, that he's an Igbo man. So they try to neglect his word. But I can tell you today that all the whole broadcast that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has made, that is the whole broadcast that is circulating everywhere. And everything he has said is what is coming to pass. Even when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told us that the British sold their, like, if you look at that video, you guys will hear when that 99 years old man was saying that the British sold our land to Fulani people. That's why you see it is very easy for these Fulani terrorists, to invade Nigeria and be carrying out any activities they want to carry out. And once they carry out their attack, it is very hard to find these people. You can never hear or in anywhere or in any news that they caught a terrorist and they have apprehended the terrorist. It's very hard for you to hear such a thing. You guys saw what happened in Borno State attack, the way these people mounted Borno State, like they just massacred Borno State military barrack. They massacred everywhere. Everywhere was shattered. They even, according to what some militaries were saying in the video, they said that these people also made away with their weapons to show you how bad the attack was. For these people to gather mind to attack Borno State barrack, it shows that the Fulani terrorist has actually taken over Nigeria. Exactly what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been saying for so long, that these people, that the British sold our lands to these Fulani people. That's why you see it's just as if nobody can touch them. Not even the government can come close to them. And Nigerians have been asking, why is it that our president Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not saying about it? Even when the Plateau State buying that happened, the Plateau State killing, he didn't come out to say anything about it. And and a lot of people are now asking, is it that lots of the Fulanese and a lot of the Hausa people are the people that are in military? That is why the president is not saying anything, because the president feels that once he says anything, they will come for him. Is that why our president have not really said anything much about the insecurity? Let me tell you guys, like, do you know how much amount of money that has been paid into insecurity? That is why I tell you that once Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being released, we will not even be paying a penny for insecurity again. We've spent like 4 point something, will I even say it's trillion in insecurity. Do you know how much that money is? Do you know how much that money is? That money alone can be used to transform Nigeria into a better country. I'm not lying to you guys. That money can be used to develop Nigeria. When I tell you guys that insecurity is stopping, it's like it's insecurity that is contributing to the hardship we have in Nigeria. Some people don't believe it. When I tell you that insecurity is what is causing the bad economic growth, like the low economic growth in Nigeria, insecurity is what is causing Nigeria not to move forward. If other countries are counting poorest country, Nigeria is like the first country that they're going to count as one of the poorest countries. That's what they're going to, as one of the poorest countries in the whole wide world. Nigeria is going to be the first, because a country who has fought war, and after that we gained our independence. After getting out, do you know that there are a lot of countries that have gained their independence that are doing much better than Nigeria now? But we gained our independence and we are still suffering. Like, is that one independence? That is not independence. Now, independence means freedom and liberation. That is what independence means, that we are not liberated from Britons. We're not liberated from any attack. But even after getting our independence, I keep asking myself, did we even really get our independence? Because even after getting our independence, we are still suffering. We are still suffering like people who are still doing world war. We're still suffering like people who just finished coming out from world war. That is just the way we are suffering. And I tell you that everything Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been saying in his broadcast is true. They have looked for every way to bring this man down. Right from even when they came to his hotel room, they tried to, even when they arrested this man. When they arrested him, they started searching his whole apartment. They were looking for a video clip to use against him. And when they entered his apartment, they found out that the only thing that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has in his hand is his iPad, his microphone, and his white handkerchief. And the videos he made, because yes, they brought out some video clips from him. That's all the broadcast he has made. They brought it from him, and these people played it in court. Now the shocking thing is that they played all these video clips in court to see if they can actually hear something they can use against him, but they didn't hear anything. And I'm sure that is what is shocking most of his enemies to now. Now I keep asking, they're saying that NNAMDI KANU is a terrorist, but they didn't find gun with him, they didn't find hard drugs, they didn't see anything with him. So why would they tag him as a terrorist? When Sunday Igboho, the agitator of Yoruba nation, was found with a gun, they didn't even say let them apprehend him. They didn't say okay, he is a terrorist. They never said he was a terrorist. Then why is it NNAMDI KANU, who was never found with anything gone? Why? Like, just like they keep saying that no matter what you guys do, you guys will never bring NNAMDI KANU down. You guys will never bring him down. NNAMDI KANU is a savior. Let me tell you the reason why you see all these things happening in Borno State, happening in Benue State, happening in Plateau State. It has not been done like that to meet like Middle Belt, and has not come to Igbo land. It is because of NNAMDI KANU. That is one thing people don't know. NNAMDI KANU is the only person that is stopping the attack of these Fulani terrorists. Because if not because of NNAMDI KANU, these people have started attacking the Igbo people, to show you the way that these Fulani terrorists are fearing NNAMDI KANU. If the Fulani terrorists are fearing him, they are fearing that man. That's why you see they are not coming close to Igbo land, because they know that once they come close to Igbo land, it's over for them. That's why you see the attack is not much like that in Igbo land. The attack is not much like that in the Middle Belt. But you see the northern side. The Northerners are always coming out to make mouths that they have taken power for so many years. But you guys have taken power for so many years, but you people have nothing to achieve of it. You people are still the same people coming out on the internet to cry daily basis on our ear. You guys are crying that the hunger, insecurity is much, but you guys are still the same people that are saying that you guys have ruled for so many years when you guys have nothing to achieve on it. Go to internet. It's the Yorubas that are, and the Hausa people that are crying and lamenting in the internet. You hardly see an Igbo man coming out to protest. Just recently, they were saying that why is an Igbo man? Why is it that Igbo people don't want to come out and protest? Why will Igbo people protest when none of us have actually been on that seat? None. So Igbo people have learned to adapt to changes. You see one thing with Igbo men, they have learned to adapt to changes of this country. They have learned to adapt to the changes. So you see people who are always making noise in the internet are always the Igbos and the Yoruba people that are always making noise about insecurity. Just take a look at what happened in Plateau State. I don't need to tell you guys what happened in Plateau State. The way they invaded Plateau State, they quite a lot of people made mothers widows in Plateau State. You can imagine. Sometimes when I hear about what these terrorists are doing, I begin to shed tears. Imagine telling these small villagers, this small community, to pay 4 point something, they should raise 4 point something million. They should raise the amount of money, unless you guys are going to launch your attack. How do you expect poor villagers, people who barely feed, to raise such amount of money? Then once you say that they are not able to raise such amount of money, you guys will carry out your attack. This is very, very bad. These Fulani terrorists will not carry out the attack on them just because they were not able to raise up 4 point something here. And before you know it, when they not carry out the attack, they destroy everywhere, they set their houses ablaze, and these people will have no other choice than to leave their community for total strangers. And we are asking, what do these terrorists want? Did they want to take over Nigeria? Because I don't understand why you will bomb people's houses if it is not war that you're looking for. You're burning their houses, meaning you're telling them not to return to this particular place, that you've taken over this particular place. That is what these Fulani terrorists are doing. And it is worse in the northern side, but I keep wondering why it is worse there. They have people in power. The Hausa people have been in power for so many years, so they should be able to deal with insecurity in the land. Now, you see, one thing that is killing Nigerians is ethnic bias. They feel that a Yoruba and Hausa person are the only people qualified to rule this country called Nigeria. Ethnic bias is what is disturbing. I don't know why Nigerians are still living in primitive age. They're still thinking with old age brains. How can you say that only Yoruba and Hausa is able to rule Nigeria? Do you feel that Igbo people are not capable of ruling Nigeria? Imagine you giving Igbo person a chance to be the president of Nigeria. Do you know if an Igbo person is the only person that can be able to liberate Nigeria? That is one thing they don't just know about. You guys can see for what Governor Alex Oti is already doing. I don't need to tell you guys, Governor of Abia State is a clear evidence to tell you that an Igbo man is going to do so much better if an Igbo man is the president of Nigeria. But they feel that no, that once an Igbo man comes in that seat, the Igbo man is going to take over and is going to destroy Nigeria. How sure are they? Okay, even if they are saying that one, the Hausa people that have been in the seat, what have they contributed? What changes have Hausa people done? Like, what changes? Even the Yoruba people that have been in power, what are their changes? What I've not seen any change. Insecurity is stopping day by day. Let me tell you, insecurity in Nigeria now is over 100%. I can't lie about that one. It's over 100%. And the worst part, we keep asking, what is our government doing about it? You know, anytime that it has not happened to the doorstep of the government, they're not going to lament until it comes to their doorstep. You don't know what these people in Plateau State are suffering. You don't know what they're going through every day by living in fear in their own community. These people hardly go to farm. When I tell that insecurity is contributing to bad governance, just know that what I'm saying is true. It's just insecurity is contributing to bad economic growth in Nigeria. Just know that it's true. Take for instance, our farmers hardly go to farm again. Just like our Delefaro Timo was saying that he has a farm, but he has abandoned that farm for like 12 years, or did he say it was 5 years? He abandoned that farm. Do you know why? Because of the Fulani terrorists. Do you know how many farmers have abandoned their farms in Nigeria? And that is why you see there's high cost of food in the market, because when you see only one farmer in his or her farm trying to cultivate, now when they're not getting that goods to the market, they will put the cost money, they'll put the cost that these terrorists or these herdsmen gave them to pay before using their farm. They'll put that cost in the goods that are going to sell to you. They'll still put the cost of them going to farm, risking their life. They'll put that cost in the goods that are going to sell to you. That's why when you go to market, when you price a certain amount of good, they'll tell you is this price, and everybody's shocked. How did he reach to this place? They're trying to tell you that insecurity has caused to high cost of food in the market. Then it is not only one farmer that is cultivating in Nigeria, because other people are not afraid to go to farm. Take for instance, what happened in Enugu, the way they were protesting. Their women came out to protest that these Fulani herdsmen are disturbing them. They're no longer going to their farm. Even their husbands are no longer going to the farm again. That's what they do now, that they even sleep with their women. After sleeping with them, they inject stick into their private parts. It is so wrong. And these women came out protesting, crying. Do you know that they keep telling us that, the government keep telling us that we are so dependent on petrol, on oil. We have other natural resources. Now, when we say let us depend on agriculture, which way? How are we going to depend on agriculture when we are not even having free mind? Like, we don't have peace of mind going to our own farm to be able to cultivate. How are we not going to concentrate on agriculture when we don't have peace of mind going to our own farms? How is it possible? That is just one thing with Nigerians. Like, Nigeria is a total mess. In this country, we're in a big problem. If a revolution does not happen now, Nigeria is in a big mess. And if we don't have, like I keep telling people, this come 2027 election, we need to shine our eyes and vote. We should not vote because we collected bribes. We should not vote because we feel that this person is a Igbo person. You should know we're not going to vote for him. Okay, we're going to vote for ourselves. We're going to vote for Yoruba. Don't vote because you feel that this person gave you money. So you feel that because he gave you money, you feel that he should be the one to be on that seat. You see, this time around, nobody will tell Nigerians to vote for the right people or not. They have been suffering for ages. Especially the Northerners. I'm actually saying this because of the Northerners, because the Northerners should be the ones that should vote right come 2027 election, because they are the ones suffering it the more. When it comes to hunger, they are the ones suffering it. When it comes to insecurity, they are the ones suffering it the more. So this time around, they should be able to shine their eyes while voting for 2027 election. They say it's 2027 decide election. We need to decide who is going to be our president come 2027. Like, enough of it. We are tired. We can't keep folding our hands and watch these Fulani terrorists buy lots of Nigerians. Do you know how many Nigerians we've lost? Do you know how many citizens of Nigeria we've lost to insecurity? The worst part is, do you know how much ransom has been paid to insecurity? Do you know how much ransom? I can remember when these Fulani people took over, I think it was in 2000 and no, it wasn't the Boko Haram people when they took over Nigeria. I think it was in 2019 or 2017. They started launching their attack. They started by kidnapping our Chibok girls and started bombing Abuja. Everywhere was ablaze. They started this thing. They started kidnapping. Before when I even said that was when kidnapping became so rampant. They started kidnapping our Chibok girls and they were demanding for huge amount of money. Enough is enough. We need to say no. I remember when the Goodluck Jonathan was ruling us, they were like, "This man is so quiet. He doesn't deserve to be the president of Nigeria. He cannot handle insecurity." Then Buhari came in. They said, "Okay, Buhari is an ex-militant. He can handle insecurity in Nigeria." But what is going on today? What is going on in Nigeria today? Buhari that can handle insecurity in Nigeria has not even done anything since he was in his office. Insecurity did not stop when Buhari was in office. Instead, it worsened. Now, after that, the Tinubu came into his own office, and now insecurity increased by, well, I even say 1,000%, because nothing of that is going down. Insecurity is stopping day by day, day by day in Nigeria. So it's high time for we Nigerians to stop collecting bribe. Yes, we should stop collecting bribe. We should vote for who we feel that needs to be in that seat. That is what we should do. Because enough is enough. Enough is enough. The buyings are enough. The worst part is that, do you know that Nigerians don't normally think? Do you know that the reason why foreign investors have not been coming into Nigeria is because of the insecurity in Nigeria? That is one thing they don't know. Imagine a foreigner leaving his own country and come into your own, and the person fully knows well that insecurity is going on in Nigeria, tough ones. Do you think that investor will want to partner with Nigeria again? The person will not want to partner with Nigeria. The person will feel that, what's the essence of coming to Nigeria to partner with them when my life is not even safe? My life is at risk. Coming to Nigeria to partner with them, why don't I just give the partnership to another country that is more safe? At least I'll be safe there. That's what these foreign investors will be thinking, and that's why you see Nigeria is not going forward. That's what they'll be thinking in their head. We've lost so many foreign investors because of insecurity. I tell you guys, the insecurity is what is causing economic fat, low economic growth in Nigeria. Let's just say, for instance, insecurity is being removed from what is disturbing Nigeria. Let's say we've removed insecurity. Do you know how much Nigeria is going to grow? Nigeria is going to be like the top 5 richest countries in Nigeria if we remove top 5 richest country in the whole wide world. I mean, if we remove insecurity. I'm telling you guys the honest truth. Insecurity has dealt with us. That's why we don't see foreign investors in Nigeria again. They prefer to go and do business with other countries. Just imagine, even our own people who are outside the country, self don't even come back to Nigeria. You call your brothers that are outside the country, hello, when are you guys going to come back? They'll tell you that we're not coming back. Oh, the insecurity is much, we're not coming back. If your own brothers could not come back to Nigeria, is it not people that in another country that would love to come back to Nigeria because of the insecurity? You know, one thing that our president Bola Ahmed Tinubu doesn't know is that every country are hearing of what is going on in Nigeria. They're seeing everything on the daily, they're hearing everything on the daily basis. That insecurity in Nigeria is no longer a child's play, it has taken another different dimension. So people don't come again to Nigeria. Instead of them to come, they rather stay back. Just like there's this trending video of, I don't know if you guys saw that trending video on Twitter, of a woman who said that the husband is from Ghana. Now these people are going back to their own country. I think they came for a visitation or what. They were carrying a private car, and what was inside their boot was filled with this family equipment, this family foodstuffs. That was what was filled inside their boots, and they were traveling to Ghana. Now Nigerian police stopped them and started harassing them. I don't even know in the video whether they even injured the Ghana man. You see, that alone, so the one was crying on the video saying that, you see, the reason why we don't like coming back to Nigeria. Now my husband won't allow me to come back to Nigeria again because of such a thing. You see it. And this is the reason why people will say, people will even prevent their family and their loved ones from coming back to Nigeria. And this is how Nigeria keep losing investors, losing people that are going to help build this country. If I tell you how much Nigeria has spent in insecurity, has spent in ransom, you know that money is enough to build industries, to employ youths to job. These days, people will finish school, they will not see any work again. You can even do your masters, do your service, you still not see work in Nigeria. So much possible, and that's why you see some of our youths are traveling outside the country to see if they can make a better living for themselves. Like there's this my brother I was calling on phone, then I was asking him that that I know you will not love to come back to Nigeria again. He was like that he even loves the way he traveled outside the country, that he would not like to come back. Oh, that Nigeria has really dealt with him, that he can remember when he was Nigeria, nothing was going well for him. But he said now where he is, because he's in UK, he was saying that where he is now, he's very, very sure that he's making a living and his family is comfortable. You see, the reason I tell you that a lot of people don't want to be in Nigeria again. Many of our youth staff are looking for where they're going to use and japa their own to another country because they're already tired. They're saying enough is enough. I'm tired of this country. You see, that's why you see some of our youths are involved in all these criminal activities, going into crimes that they're not supposed to go into because of the high cost of things now, because of the way Nigeria has turned. These days of in Nigeria, you can't even pay. It's very hard for you to see someone who is going to who's going to accept a 20k salary. You giving a Nigerian 20k salary is like you killing them because it's not going to do anything for them. Can 20k pay house rent in Nigeria again? No, it can't even pay house rent in Nigeria again. So like these days, things are really tough for Nigerian youth. That things are really tough for them. That's why I keep telling them that you see why the Igbo people are always saying that they want their own nation. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is only agitating for the freedom of Igbo because they know that once they get their own nation, once they get this Biafran nation, everything is going to change. Nigerians are going to live, Igbo people are going to live a better life again. Because for years now, Igbo people have been neglected when it comes to politics. And that's why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is always advising the Igbo youth, don't join army. Don't allow them to use you as a scapegoat because what they want to do is that once they see an Igbo person joining army, they will not say, okay, they want all the whole Igbo youths to join army so that the Igbo people will not be vulnerable for attack. That is what they want to do. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is warning all of them not to join army. Because once you join army, they'll buy all of you in that particular place they posted you people, and then the Igbo people will not have youth again. Then you guys will not be vulnerable for attack. That is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been saying, warning them against. I remember when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was warning the Hausa people, saying, Hausa, you guys, Hausa and Fulani are not the same thing. You guys are not one. The Hausa people said, we are one. We have accommodated them. We are one. Now what is happening? They are the ones crying. And now Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was also warning the Yorubas that they should take notes. Look at what is happening to the Hausa people now. They are crying. Never you accommodate the Fulani people. Like they always say that before you accommodate people into your own land, you need to read their history. They never read the history of Fulani people. They just accommodated Fulani people, thinking that they were better people. Now they are now the ones crying out loud, saying, had we known, we wouldn't have accommodated Fulani people. When I tell you guys this thing, that the Fulani people are now the ones, please, Fulani people have taken over the Hausa land. You guys will not believe it. Fulani people have taken over. They have taken over Hausa land like this. They've taken over Hausa land. Like they are now crying. Hausa people are now crying day by day because of insecurity. I will not lie to you guys. Like a whole lot is really happening in Nigeria, and I think that it's time for it's time for us to stand up and defend ourselves, just like the DSS were saying that it's time for us to come out and defend ourselves. The DSS was saying that it's time for us to come out and defend us. So we should not wait for the government to come and defend us. Because if we keep waiting for the government to come and defend us, they will not come. Before they, just like this kind of comedy, they used to say that before you call police to come and, maybe if a crime activity is going on, before you call Nigerian police, before they will come, they will arrive late. So that kind of comedy is what the DSS is trying to tell us, that the government is not going to do everything for us, that we should try and defend ourselves. Anyway, guys, that's all we have for today. Let me know what you really think about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being in court today, May 14, 2025. Guys, let me know your thoughts below. And also, if you know you're new to this channel, please don't forget to click the subscribe button, like and share. So guys, thank you so much for joining me in this live section. See you guys again in my next live session. So guys, thanks for watching.